right? Okay, perfect. Hey, what's up guys? Shant Janessian here with My Home Group. So today I want to talk to you guys about talking to a lender, right? So in one of my past videos, I talked about for first-time home buyers, first things they should do is speak to a lender. Today I want to talk about 7 things to ask when you do sit down with an actual lender. So question number 1 is ask them what loan programs you qualify for. So there's numerous different loan programs, depending on, credit score and stuff like that. But make sure they sit down with you and they break down each program that you would qualify for so you can make the best decision on what's the best fit for you and your family. Question number 2 is ask them how much exactly my down payment's gonna be. Now this is, it depends on what you wanna put down as far as a down payment, but make sure you're aware of the number, make sure you're comfortable with it, and just ask. I'm big on asking questions and trying to figure out what's best for my situation when I'm doing something big like this, like buying a house. So question number 3, ask them for exactly how much closing costs are. So when buying a property, the buyer and seller, they each have their own closing costs, right? And I'll be doing a video on this down the road, but you're responsible for your buyer's closing costs. So make sure they break down to you what the lender charges as far as their closing costs, because you are going to be paying for, fees with the lender and stuff like that. So you want to make sure you know exactly what is, what you're being charged. So a lot of buyers are super cautious about their interest rate, right? And there's ways where you could lower it. So I would definitely sit with the lender and ask them how you could lower it. Sometimes it's as easy as paying off a couple of little things, a couple of bills that you had from way past back in the day that you weren't even aware of. Pay those off, wait a couple of months, your credit score jumps like 30, 40 points, and now you have a lower interest rate, right? Or sometimes it could just be as simple as like buying points, right? So buying points is like adding more towards your closing costs. So if you put a little bit more down on closing costs, you'll be able to lower your interest rate. But just speak with the lender, see what options they give you to lower that interest rate if it's super important to you, which for a lot of people it is. So number 5 is ask them if that's the best they could do on their interest rate or closing costs. Now, a lot of lenders might be upset with me for saying that, but it's just like anything else in negotiating, right? So ask them like, hey, is this the best you could do? Can you cover any fees? Can you lower my interest rate any way possible? It may not work, but in my understanding is I like to ask anything I ever do, big purchases, I'm always asking if there's anything that could be done. My wife gets super annoyed with me because I'm always asking, even though when there's nothing that could be done, but you never know, always ask. Number 6, ask them what factors can change my monthly payment. Now, I have done a video on this in the past about, lowering your mortgage payment or whatnot, but just ask them, it's usually taxes, HOA fees, stuff like that, but just make sure they're explaining to you what can change. It's never set. It is set for the time being, but they'll go over with you that over time, hey, your payment will change, and let them break that down to you. Question number 7, last and final question, and obviously you could ask more questions, these are just 7 that I would ask, is can you break down my monthly payment? Make sure they have a piece of paper out or whatever is showing you on a monitor of exactly detailed breakdown of what your payment is. Just know where your money's going. I'm big on that. Just get all the details that you can, because this is a big purchase. So just make sure they give you a breakdown of a monthly payment, and get all this done before you go out shopping, just so you feel comfortable when you're out looking at homes. You have the best, you're the most educated buyer out there, so I definitely recommend these. If you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to reach out. I can put you in contact with one of my lenders, and they'll be more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. All right, see you guys next time.